Alright, hello everyone, welcome back to another part of... I was about to say Super Mario Odyssey again, come on! Another part of Assassin's Creed Odyssey. In the last episode, we started off the game with the prologue. In this episode, we're going to be going to find Marcos at the top of, or rather, near the statue of Zeus. So let's get on into it. So anyway, well, welcome to the first area of the game, Cephalonia Island. Well, I guess kind of like islands, anyway. But, this is a real place in Greece, so though be aware, if you try to look up Cephalonia, you may have to look up alternate spellings because you may have to look up alternate spellings of it because there are like 4 or 5 general spellings of Cephalonia. Right quickly, just like in Assassin's Creed Origins, your eagle eye is literally an eagle's eye, and so your eagle's this time is named Ikaros. And so basically, it's the exact same controls, though.
Let's see what you've gotten yourself into this time, Marcos.
Anyway, so yeah, there's like 4 or 5 different majorly known spellings of Cephalonia, so just be aware of that. But it's an island in the Ionian Sea, which is the sea to the west of Greece, instead of the Aegean Sea, which is to the east. Or, wait. Did I say that right? Okay. The Ionian Sea is to the left of Greece, and the Aegean Sea is to the right of Greece. Let's go with that, because I forget what my east and west sometimes. Luckily, I don't forget north and south anyway.
Boss, I keep telling you can't do that.
Why? It's my farm. I can plant what I want.
The grapes will die here. All of them.
You have to forget what you know about the past, my friend. Together, we will revolutionize winemaking. Believe me, you will look back on this day and... Cassandra, thank the gods! Phoebe found you in time.
About grapes?
I can still hear you! I was worried sick. The Cyclops and his scum to find you. I think they mean you harm.
I wish you would have told me that before they hit me. But that's beside the point. You bought a vineyard, Marcos? A vineyard?
Why not? I like wine, you like wine, everybody likes wine. Everybody buys wine. Why not from me?
Please, Marcos. You'll fuck this up like you fuck up everything else. You can't pay me back in grapes.
You know me better than to think I don't have a plan. Marcos always has a plan.
All right. Then do you have the money you owe me?
Do I have the money I owe you? Of course, of course. Well, no, not at the moment.
Then get it.
Instantly, my friend, instantly. But maybe you should do that. There is a merchant in Sami. I'm not very good at these things, as you know.
You want me to collect my own debt?
It's just waiting for you in Sami, my friend.
Who's the merchant?
Dhuris. You know Dhuris. He's very nice.
Dhuris? Again? Why do you keep lending him money?
He's a loyal friend. I don't want his family to starve.
You're a good friend, but you're bad with money. He'd better have my money, Marcos. I'd hate to have to sell our vineyard.
Of course he will. Oh, after there's another matter I want to discuss with you. After.
Fine, but I'm taking a horse. It's too hot and too long a walk to go on foot.
But...
Think of it as interest, Marcos. Everybody benefits.
Of course, my friend. You shall have your pick.
Okay, so you could pick your horse for the game.
Tell me about this.
So
the
Marcos will give a little description of them, and kind of implying that they have different stats. But from what I've noticed across my playthroughs, they don't they don't really manifest any differences.
You have picked a beauty,
so I just go with whichever one I feel like, which generally is the black one, just because I prefer black fur. That sounded kind of weird, but
I like
yeah.
the look of the one on the right.
And plus, you can't pick your horse's name; it's automatically going to get a name for you, and they're all going to get the exact same name. So, like, it really doesn't matter.
Which one will it be?
So we're gonna just go with the one on the left again.
Fine choice. But this particular breed has a few quirks that you might not be aware of. I wouldn't want you to take an unworthy horse.
Actually, you know what? Since it's gonna be a playthrough of Actually, since it's gonna be a playthrough of me doing like things differently than I've normally done, I'm actually gonna pick the white horse.
That one.
Or I guess that could be considered gray.
That one?
And there we go.
This is the one I want.
Are you sure? Because
I'm sure, Marcos.
everybody benefits, especially you. You've chosen the great Phobos. He's never let me down.
Phobos.
Remember, meet me at the temple in Sami when you have your money from Duris. Efterpi. There's plenty of wine left to buy. Don't fret.
Not now, you fool. Phoebe's been taken.
By who?
Thugs of the Cyclops. Who else? Snatched her right off the main road.
Tell me where they went.
In the direction of Itimena Beach.
The beach? Can she swim?
I'll get her.
Yes, go. But don't forget about dear Duris, Cassandra.
Okay, yeah, like I said, every horse is named Phobos, actually, so it really doesn't matter. But anyway, I guess we could go down to save Phoebe. So if you want your horse to follow the road automatically, just hold the X button, and then press triangle, and then he'll go as best as he can to wherever the quest is. Though sometimes it's not that, sometimes it doesn't work as well. But anyway, so back to what I was saying about Cephalonia. So, like I said, it's an island in the Ionian Sea. It's actually one of the bigger islands of Greece, though that's not exactly saying much, considering that there's actually a lot of small islands in Greece. But anyway, so yeah, so there's that, and some people do believe that, so if you read the Odyssey, you know about the character Odysseus, and so some believe that Odysseus' home is actually in Cephalonia, whereas most people think that it's actually just in Ithaca, which is an island very close by, but people still research that for actually.
Shut it, or I'll tighten those ropes.
She'll make good ransom drachmi for the Cyclops.
No one's gonna buy me from you. They're all poor.
Keep quiet, Phoebe.
Alright, time to get the stealth introduction of the game. So you just press circle to crouch, and if you're in grass, you can be hidden away. When an enemy is close enough, press triangle to do an assassination.
Can't let the rest of those malakas get away.
And if they are, oh yeah, loot. And if they are a adequate level and your assassination power is strong enough, then you can take them out in one hit. If you don't have enough strength, I guess to say, then you will, and then all that's going to happen is you will do a lot of damage to them, but then combat will initiate. Definitely one of the more controversial choices of Assassin's Creed when they switch mechanics from, like, Syndicate to Origin and then Odyssey, but, personally, I'm not as big of a fan of it, but I'm not going to really complain too much about it either.
Cassandra, I'm here. Untie me.
I'll untie you, but first, I gotta open up a chest. Money before friends, as they always say. A creed to live by. Okay, now I can free you.
Are you alright?
It wasn't so bad. Last time they put a cloth in my mouth so I'd stop biting.
Phoebe, just be careful. You're alone now
Since my parents died? I'm okay. I've got you, and you've got me and Marcos. We're your family, right?
You'll have to be stronger than that.
Don't give in! Let him have it! Got you.
Again, up.
Yes, Pater.
A Spartan rises as soon as they have fallen. Ready your stuff. Widen your stance. A soldier grounds themselves. Hmm? Good. Good. Approach me.
That's enough, Nikolaos. The sun's going down. Time to eat, don't you think?
What are we eating tonight?
Tonight we are having baby Alexios. And what a feast he will be.
No, not him. Take me instead. I'm tasty.
Yes, yes, you're all sweet as honey. Now, come inside. The lamb's turning black.
Here. Lay him in his bed.
Yes, Pater.
Cassandra. You are my greatest pride. Remember that. You will bring this family to glory. Go.
Right.
You worry too much.
You don't worry enough.
We'll be alright if we watch out for each other. Which reminds me, the thug said you should watch your back.
What they say?
They said the Cyclops put a big bounty on you. Talos the Stonefist wants you dead.
Talos the mercenary? Am I ever not in trouble?
Better get him before he gets you. I hear he's really mean. I'll find my way back to town. Here!
Talos the Stone Fist. That's just what I need today. Another broken nose. I'm going to have to take care of that.
Okay, so now here's another major mechanic of the game, the mercenaries. Basically, they're this game's version of the Phylakitai from Assassin's Creed Origins. Basically, every once in a while, mercenaries will be in your area, and you just can look at them, and you can review their, you get a little description of them, which is actually pretty cool. You'll see what loot you get for defeating them, you see their level, and then you also see anything that's a positive or negative for them. They get kind of crazy with positives, but for now, he has 2 negatives, so he has a heart condition, so he'll take more damage from assassinations, and he also takes more damage from ranged attacks. But the problem is, we're level 1, and he's level 5, and because of the changes with Origin and Odyssey, it's really unadvised that you take on enemies that are of a higher level than you. Just because, it's technically not impossible to defeat them, but it gets a bit... Fights drag for, like, way too long if you try to fight opponents who are higher level than you. Not something I'm entirely a big fan of, but still, once again, the combat's fun enough to justify it. Justify it to some extent, anyway. But yeah, so we're definitely not going to be dealing with Talos for, like, quite some time, to be honest. But, let's see here. Oh yeah, so Cephalonia is kind of an interesting island because it's changed hands so many times throughout history, it's actually pretty ridiculous to look at, like, the full roster of it all. Because, so originally it was owned by Greece.
Sammy, Greece will be at his shop.
I'm ready to go. Phobos. Anyway, it was originally owned by Greece, but then eventually owned by the Roman Empire and then subsequently the Byzantine Empire. Then it was owned by the Kingdom of Sicily, and it was then conquered by the Ottomans. It was conquered by then conquered by Venice. And I'll finish later.
Hello, Luris. Business looks good.
Tell Marcos to come down here himself, if he wants his money. Huh?
No, but I'm here now.
Look, I was a little late paying. Now Marcos says I owe him double because of interest. I don't have it to spare.
You should have thought of that when you borrowed drachmi, Luris.
But my family...
It's hot. I'm in a bad mood. And you are going to pay. We both know it. Now the question is, what do I break first? You? Or your merchandise?
You tell Marcos I've paid enough already. I won't bow to a mercenary or to someone foolish enough to borrow money from the Cyclops.
From the Cyclops? That's how he bought his vineyard?
Look, I know you'd be dead without Marcos. What with him taking you off the street as a kid. But you know what he's doing is crazy.
Malaka. Still, that doesn't change the drachmi you owe.
Face it, once the Cyclops gets hold of you, you'll both be dead.
Okay, so we can kill Doris or break his merchandise. When it comes to choices in the game, I'm not really going for anything in... Oops, sorry.
Fine.
I'm not going for anything in particular, what are like good or evil.
Pleasure
I'm
doing
just
business with you, Doris.
picking whatever I
Take
feel
my
like.
name off your lips. I don't want the Cyclops coming after me for the debt you can't pay.
But anyway, we got a drachmi, and let's return to Doris up at the temple. So like I was saying, Cephalonia has changed a lot of hands. So after it was conquered by Venice from the Ottomans, it was then given to France after the Venetian Republic collapsed. And then it was given to Britain, and then it was conquered by the Axis during the World War, and now it's back in Greece's hand.
You're running out of time until the Cyclops comes for you, Malaka. He wants his money.
Could I have an extension?
When he sails back to Cephalonia, he'll come and break you as soon as he docks, if you don't get it.
Now, let's be civil.
You can't hide behind your glories, Mistios forever, Marcos. He'll kill you, the mercenary, and that little runt girl that hangs around.
Of course, not a problem. I'll get the drachmi.
Good. Or I'll come and watch the Cyclops feed you to his goats.
Ah, Cassandra, I can tell from the smile on your face, Doris has paid you your drachmi.
Who's smiling? I just heard where you got the drachmi for the vineyard. Are you out of your fucking mind?
We can get the money back, can't we? I'm sure it's possible.
We have no other choice now. We need a plan.
That's what I do best.
This will take more than the usual tricks up your sleeve.
I long for the old days. Remember them? They were simple. You had nothing, young and alone, and I had everything. And I gave you the world, Cephalonia, in the palm of your hand.
Alexios!
Don't see fishes like you every day, huh? Oh! Ha! You hungry? How about we make a deal? I do something for you. You do a few things for me. Everybody wins. Best offer you're gonna get. Think about it.
Wait!
Cephalonia. Some gift.
You were nothing without Marcos, and look how far we've come. From an orphan on the streets to a Mistios with a hovel.
And now the Cyclops will take everything away. I can't protect you from him forever. He'll kill me too.
Oh, don't be scared of him. And look at you.
How could I go up against him? With what weapons? A rusty spear? A broken bow?
There you are. Skulking around the temple won't save you from me, Marcos.
Drusilla! I was just talking about you.
You were?
I need that wood, Marcos. These new bows will be the talk of the island. I can't make anything with those bandit malakes stopping the wood shipments.
Of course you can't. Why, I was just filling my friend Cassandra in on the details. She already has a plan to deal with these bandits.
You know me. Always prepared.
What did I tell you? She will leave no stone unturned.
I don't care who does it, but someone better got those bandits. Today.
A wonderful idea. I, for one, need to rush home. Cassandra, I've cooked up a plan for our Cyclops dilemma. See me when you have time.
If you want your wood, you'll have to fix my broken bow first.
I usually only pay when the deed is done, but shit's moving at a snail's pace. Follow me. These bows will make me rich as Chrysos.
They're that good, are they?
War's brewing. The Athenians need good bows if they want to hold off the Spartans.
Everybody benefits, I guess.
Who are you? Marcos? You should be tired of this small-time shit. You'd make a fortune in this war. Plus, I hear you're a secret Spartan.
That was a long time ago. I'm a Cephalonian.
Hand it over. There you go, good as new. That bow is as strong as Heracles himself. Give it a try.
Alright,
Shoot your arrow at those dummies.
time for the bow mechanics. You just tap R2 to do a quick shot, you hold R2 to do a charge shot, and let's just destroy these dummies. There we go. And we unlocked an engraving. Basically, engravings can be slotted into your armor or weapons, and then that way they can give you extra perks. And now we also leveled up. Every time you level up, damage and health just naturally increase, and you also get a skill point. And so, for this playthrough, I'm going for a... Thank you. Thank you! We're going for a high stealth build. So that means we're going to be focusing on the assassin tree. Though there are a few hunter and warrior abilities that I do want to be keen on getting regardless. Just because there are some times where, you know, melee is the only option. But anyway, we're going to first get Shadow Assassin, so that way all our assassinations do an increased 20% damage, and we automatically loot an enemy afterwards. That's such a weird thing to add on, though. It's like, why can't you just loot them without an ability? Is that really necessary? But anyway, so there's that. And so we're going to end it off here, but before we do that, let's talk about side quests, shall we? So, if I can open up my quest menu, we have Odyssey, and we have World. So any quests that are under the Odyssey tab, these are the main story missions, so you have to complete them to progress the story. World and Characters, these are just like side quests that you can get from people throughout the world. And Bounties and Contracts, these are basically like generic missions that like you can just get from like random kind of. But anyway, so what's going to be is that we're going to kind of split this playthrough into two playthroughs actually. There's going to be an episode for the main quest, and then there will be a companion episode following it like the same day, probably a little bit later, that will have me tackle one to however many it takes side quests within a reasonable amount of time. So that way, if you're here just for the story, you can have a playlist that's dedicated just for the story. If you want to see the side quest, you can tab over to that playthrough, or just go to the third playthrough, which would basically be all the episodes back to back. So we're gonna end it off here. So in this episode, we got our bow repaired, we got our debt back from Deuris, and in the next companion episode, we're gonna be doing one of the side quests. I'll put it in the description what side quests we do. But in the next main story, we're gonna be heading back up to Marcus, or whatever his name was, to try to figure out what we're gonna do about our debt with the Cyclops. So I'll see you all then.